Hey there, it's Kelly Donahue Piro, your favorite industry best friend. Well, I'm here to let you know that you've done something great for your agency by joining and listening in on our podcast or watching our YouTube channel. I just want to remind everybody that we're here to help. So if you need anything, drop a comment, go to our website, hang out with our chat, or just contact us. There's a problem in your agency, I got solutions, right? I like to think of it, you got a problem, I'll solve it. But let's get into the content today so that you can improve your awareness and knowledge of solutions that exist to the agency's core challenges.
If we're independent, our clients don't think we only offer one thing. We have to tell them we have more. We need to create some simple tools and resources, or work with somebody like us that can help you build some of those tools and resources.
Are they kinesthetic, meaning they're very hands-on? Are they visual?
Training cannot be an afterthought because hope is not a strategy. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to our ridiculously amazing insurance podcast. And I'm joined by my wonderful friends, Gina from our emerging agency program, and Steven, the diva of insurance, who has impeccable taste in sweaters, even though it's July. We love that.
Currently.
Okay. I was worried for a moment. But today we're diving into something that's not just important. It's the difference between struggling with high turnover and building a team that actually sticks. And that's creating effective training programs for insurance agents. Because let's be real, today's new hires, they're not walking into the same industry that we did. They're facing multiple carriers or carrier guidelines, multiple systems, service expectations, and the learning curve can feel really intimidating from day one. And here's the shift. The agencies that are winning right now, they're not chasing experienced talent, they're rebuilding it. They're hiring for attitude, teachability, tech comfort, and then they're creating structured and intentional training programs that turn new hires into confident, capable agents. So today we're going to be breaking down how to do that, from structuring your program to using modern training techniques and building your 90-day roadmap that actually drives results. So Steven, I'd love to kick things off with the big picture. When we talk about training programs, it can feel really overwhelming because there's absolutely so much that we have to cover. So how do you recommend agencies structure their programs so that new hires don't feel overwhelmed day one?
I think the first step is to not make leadership feel overwhelmed that they have to onboard somebody. I remember years ago, we were going through a growth phase at the agency, and I was like, oh my God, how are we going to onboard 3 people? Like 3 people in 3 locations and 3 different roles. I can't be at all places at the same time, but we got to hire. And we took a step back and we were like, something's better than nothing, right? Every time we onboard, we're going to make it a little easier. We're going to take notes and we're going to learn, but it has to have structure. So I think the first thing to really focus on are, do they understand what insurance really is? Especially if they're new to insurance. They might have heard or they might have had some life experience there. We should have some conversations and know what the base level is, but then work on the training program to make it so everybody's hearing the same thing the same way. What is insurance? How does it work? What do they need to know? Systems and technology is the next one. We have all these wily, wild systems. And I love it when somebody's like, I want to hire somebody that has experience with this management system and this phone system and this marketing system and this. And I'm like, yeah.
I have some bad news. They're currently employed somewhere else.
Right. You're going to bring bad habits and not do it your way. And then you're going to be mad because you have this unicorn that doesn't do it your way. So we need to clarify the technology, what our expectations are, and best practice for how to use them. We also need to make sure that we underwhelm with some of the carriers that have a type. Start with 2 or 3 of your largest carriers. Get them comfortable with what they're going to touch the most, and then build that skill set from there. How do we really get them built up? And as they get more comfortable, then we add in more layers. We then need to make sure processes and procedures are clear for all those other things. And my favorite, do they understand the agency? Do they understand the values of the agency? Do they understand where the agency is going and the culture? I think all of these things broken down make it fairly easy. So if we give them the history of the agency, statistics about the agency, who does what, give them some goals and tell them that everybody's going to learn together, but primarily focusing on the insurance 101. I think everybody has to have that foundation. Hold the example. How does claims work? What are the basics of the policy? What are some of the myths of insurance? What is the independent versus captive agent? Because our claim, if we're independent, our claims still think we only offer one thing. We have to tell them we have more. We need to create some simple tools and resources or work with somebody like us that can help you build some of those tools and resources. We have a lot of guides available. We can build training or onboarding programs with you. So we want to make sure that we are focused on the need, but how to also set up our new team members for success from the beginning.
Absolutely.
And I know Gina's very passionate about the fun part of the training.
All right. So quick side note, we did a trivia once and I got really into it because I really do like to have fun with training and content and things that we're doing at work to help engage people and get them excited and out of their like mundane routines of the day to day. Shake it up a little bit while we can still learn through it. And that's where going beyond like the traditional, I'm just going to talk to you all day about insurance and everyone's going to love what I say and retain everything and won't have any questions and all things. We have to get out of the box and think differently. Have some games, like assign points or add quizzes with scores and little contests amongst the team to really help them have fun while checking their knowledge. It may disarm them a little bit too. They may not feel so caught off guard if you're in a role with new hires, that you're asking them questions on things. If it's in a fun environment, they can be a little more laid back with it. And I really like the idea of a buddy system. So you take a more tenured agent, pair them up with the new hire. And this could be somebody that helps them learn the ropes, show them where the coffee pot is in the break room, help them know where their resources are, be somebody to go to for questions and help them just get easily acclimated into the culture. And I think as we're going through this and we're building out, whether it's like our plans or the fun, however we want to do it, to take into account that it needs to be like a safe and welcoming environment, have some controlled failures. We know people are going to have some errors and then take them a little time to learn and catch on. So build that in too. I also like the idea of just doing like a quick learning style quiz to see how people learn and how you can incorporate that into the way you train. Are they kinesthetic, meaning they're very hands-on? Are they visual? They need to see graphs and charts. Are they read-write? They have to process it by reading and then taking their notes. Are they auditory? Can they watch the videos? Can they hear the podcast? How is your team learning so you know how to tailor the fun and structure around it?
I love that. And I think we also need to shift our perspective a little to think about what happens before training even starts. Just hiring, right? Because training works a whole lot better when you actually start with the right person. And we're seeing a shift towards hiring for attitude and teachability and tech comfort instead of just experience. And so when we're looking for people, there's a couple of things that we want to seek out, which is definitely a teachable mindset. We always talk about having a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. And the growth mindset, it sees failure as an opportunity to grow. Whereas a fixed mindset sees failure as this is the limit of my abilities. And so we really want employees that have positive attitudes and are comfortable with technology. And we also want to ensure that we're inspecting what we expect. That's been my favorite catchphrase of the month. But we also want to incorporate questions that allow us to see from their perspective and make sure that we are putting it in their job description instead of just hoping that they adapt. We also want to make sure that our employees have a career roadmap so that they know where their growth is and have something to work towards and something to look forward to. Instead of just seeing this as a job, they see this as a career opportunity. And so, Gina, I would love for you to share with us what the first 90 days of success would look like instead of us just going through the motions and being like, they're still here. It's been 3 months. That's awesome.
And I think it takes the average adult 3 months to build a habit and to really like learn something, understand it, and apply it, which is why the first 90 days are so important. You need to have clear objectives of what you want somebody to accomplish if and when, with measurable KPIs or key performance indicators. What are the goals, the metrics? What specifically do you want them to be able to know by when? Important to also include in an error rate, because we know that people are going to make mistakes. And we need to set the precedent that it's okay. I'm allowing for that a little bit. That way I can also know where you need more help. What's it going to be? What do we need to hit in order to be able to do our first call live? What do I need to hit in order to be able to take calls solo? Do I start with billing calls? Do I start with just getting proofs of coverage? What do I need to do to build my skills, to layer my foundation? And when you're doing this, make sure you're keeping in counts, like what are my daily check-ins like? You can't just give a new hire a list of things to go through and then forget to follow up with them and not check in. They may have questions and they deserve to feel supported. So check in twice a day, maybe the beginning to set the precedent for the day, midday after lunch, re-energize them, see how they're doing and what you could do to help. I like the idea of a training checklist that they can sign off on. It helps them take accountability and ownership of their own learning. That way, if they're unclear on something, it's up to them to communicate it to you so you can go back and help adjust that. And then make sure you're setting clear rules. We need to be able to ask questions during our training sessions. They must be taking notes, stay on camera, whatever it is, there needs to be rules around how we're getting our training done.
And I like that. Accountability is a really huge part of training because, somebody can say, oh, I'm really passionate about training, but then all of a sudden they're like, I'm going to turn my camera off and I'm going to get coffee for the 3rd time and I'm falling asleep and it's not something I'm passionate about. But I also think that training cannot be an afterthought because hope is not a strategy. We can't just hope they get it. We can't just hope that we hired the right person without putting any effort into it. And so here at APP, we have several ways that we can help you and your agency get on the roadmap to success and confidence. We have our live virtual training programs, which are offering Insurance 101 and WOW customer service to make every call the best call of your client's day. We also have our agency school where you can take these courses at your own pace. And we also have a how to sell and explain coverage course that'll get you on the right track. But when you combine a strong foundation, modern learning techniques, intentional hiring, and your 90-day roadmap, you don't just onboard employees, you create a pipeline of confident, capable agents who will help you grow your agency and achieve your goals. But I look forward to seeing you next time, and I hope you have a fantastic time. And don't forget to look for the growth mindset and not the fixed mindset.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It is so fun giving you guys tips and tricks every single, week out there. Remember, you can find us on social media for updates. You can like or comment on this podcast or video, and we're here for you. And check out our website. There's a ton of tools. We have over 1,000 blogs on our website. We have over 1,000 videos on YouTube. You can search and find answers to your top questions. But also, if you need a little bit more help, you want a best friend that's there cheerleading for you, giving you the guidance that you need, and being there on some of those tough days, let us know. We'd love to meet your agency and learn if we're a good fit. All right, signing off. Go sell insurance.